Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to learn how to crochet a coaster. We're going to be using double crochet stitch, that's US terms. In UK that would be the treble crochet. We're going to do seamless joins and also learn how to do an invisible finish. So we're going to start by making a magic ring. This is how I make mine. I place my yarn between my fingers, grab it, twist it up to make a loop, pinch that loop, insert my hook from the front, grab my yarn, turn down, pull through the loop, and then chain one. Now we're going to chain another two, so we'll start with chain 3. And now we're going to want 12 double crochets in the ring. This chain 3 will count as our first double crochet, so we're just going to make further 11 double crochets. To double crochet, you yarn over, insert your hook into the ring, yarn over, pull through, so you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. That's our second one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now we're going to pull on the tail end to bring the two sides together. And we're going to slip stitch in the top of the chain 3. So 1, 2, 3 in under these 2 loops here. Now we're not going to be doing an ordinary slip stitch. To start with, we're going to slip stitch as usual, but then we're going to do what's called the seamless join. If I can get my hook under there. There. So we're going to slip stitch as normal, but slip stitching only will create quite an unsightly line all the way down our work, and we don't want that. So we're going to create a 4 stitch. So once we've slip stitched, we're going to pull our loop up higher, take our hook out of our work, going to turn over, and we're going to go under this chain here, so not the one we slip stitched into, next one along, and we're going to pull this loop through to the back, like so. And as you can see, as you're pulling it through to the other side, it creates a stitch here on the front of our work, and this is the 4th stitch here. And in the next round, this stitch, this is where we're going to be placing our last double crochet of that round. So remember this stitch here. So to start our round 2, we're going to chain 2, And now in this round we're going to do increases in every stitch, which means instead of 1 double crochet in each stitch, we're going to place 2 double crochets in each stitch. So this chain 3 will count as our first double crochet. So our next double crochet is going to come into the same stitch. And in the next one again we'll make 2 double crochets into the same stitch. So when we finish this round we'll end up with 24 stitches. So continue making 2 double crochets into each stitch, and I'll see you at the end to show you how we finish off the last stitch. So I'm now at the end of the round. I've got 22 stitches, so I need to make 2 last ones now, and these will go into this faux stitch here. So this was our chain 3, and here is the faux stitch that we created. So we're going to place 2 double crochets into this stitch. And now to finish the round, we're going to slip stitch into the top of our chain here. And as previously, we're going to pull the loop up, take our hook out, and from behind here go into this loop here and pull that loop through there. So we're going to turn our work over, not into this one, into this one here. So you go under, no, sorry, where are we? Yeah, into this one here. Going to pull this loop through to the back, creating this faux stitch at the front here. This is the other side of that big loop. So this is where we're going to be placing our last stitch into the next round. So to increase further when we crochet in the round, we need to keep adding 12 stitches to each round. So the first round was 12 stitches, this is now 24. Now we're going to add add 12 to the 24, finishing with 36 stitches, meaning we're going to be doing a 1 double crochet and 2 double crochets increase pattern. So to start, we're going to chain 2. Now we're going, so this will count as our first stitch. So in our next stitch, we're going to place, actually we can do an increase in this one. The next one will just be 1 double crochet. Next one will be 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Next 1 2 1 2. Carry on like that and I'll see you at the end of the round. So I'm now at the end of the round. I've got one more stitch to do, so I'm going to place it into this full stitch here. And as before, we're going to slip stitch and pull up a loop, Then take our hook out, turn our work over. We won't go into the stitch we slip stitched into. We're going to go under the next one, grab our loop, pull it through, therefore creating this extra stitch here. Now again, gonna chain 2, and next round of increases will be 36 plus 12, and we're going to increase on every third stitch. So 2 single ones and then an increase. So we've got one there already. Going to do a double crochet in the next stitch and then an increase in the third stitch. And carry on. So single, single, double, single, single, double. And I'll see you at the end of the round. So I'm now at the end of my round. I've got 2 stitches to place into my 4th stitch here. So I'm going to do that now. And our last one. And now we're not going to slip stitch. We're going to do what's called an invisible finish. So we're going to finish our last double crochet, cut our yarn, leave enough length for weaving in, and just pull it through. Now either with your hook or with your darning needle, I'm going to use a needle. We're going to now go, we're going to miss out this closest stitch here. We're going to go under the next stitch, under both loops of the next stitch from the front, and we're going to pull through, not quite tightening it too much, and then we're going to go back in to the middle of our last stitch. So under both loops here, and then through the middle. These are our 2 loops of our last double crochet. We're going to go through the middle here, and we're going to create manually another V stitch. See, and when you pull gently to the same size as your other stitches, you can hardly see where that last stitch is, where with the slip stitch you would be able to tell there'd be a bump there. So this is our coaster. Now you'd want to just tidy up your ends, weave in your ends at the back. If you want your coasters larger, you just carry on. So this last round we increased on every third stitch. If you wanted another ring, you'd increase on every 4th stitch, and so on. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you in the next video.